Hey Ben, this is John from Zebulon, North Carolina. I've been watching quite a few of your videos, trying to get at least two or three in every day after work, or some of them if I got to work a late shift before work. I saw where you had mentioned about us posting a video about our setup. Well, we're not officially set up and running yet, but I was going to show you what I got so far. We got us a used cart, like you said to do, because we ain't made of money right now. We hope to be, but we ain't made of it. So first thing we did after getting the cart was we called up the county and said, what do we need to do? And he said, bring your cart down here. We're in Johnston County. And he said, let me take a look at it. So we went down to Johnston County, and this is what we got. He made us out a punch list because he walked around the cart, told us what he saw. He said he was never seen a cart like this before, but said he liked it. First thing on the list was to seal all gaps and cracks. He said all health inspectors refer to these things as roach coaches, because most people store them in their barns or their garage and everything, and if you don't use it for a few days, and there might be a little bit of food down in here somewhere, or back in that little crack there, you're gonna get the roaches and the ants and all that in it. So he said seal up all the cracks. And it's like every time I come out here I find a spot that I've missed. So for the past 3 days I've been siliconing. So second thing is secondary food cover. It already has a thing to hold it in place right here. So does not have one. He said most people are building theirs out of stainless steel. I saw you have one on your site. I'll have to get the measurements and see if it'll work. He said yours kind of fits in under the pans. I'll show you in a minute why that wouldn't work on this one. Because it's kind of odd. This is a strange cart. But okay, applications, commissary, fees, and menu. We got a menu board. We ain't got quite worked out what we're gonna do yet. Pretty much gonna be hot dogs and maybe brocks, and that's pretty much gonna be it. We may have a taco day or something like that one day a week. Water hose for fresh water. I got that right down here. This was a drawer down here originally, and I don't know if they lost it going down the road, but I made this. This was the side off a commercial oven, and I just cut this piece of stainless steel out and put it on here, and put that hinges on here and a lock so I won't lose my mess going down the road. All right, wastewater tank for transport. I've spoke to him since then. When he did the initial inspection, he didn't ask me if it had an internal storage tank, and I really didn't read over this till I got home. And I told him it does have an internal storage tank, which I've filled every single tank on here, including the cooler full of water, and both of the tanks over here for the hot water and the cool water, and let them drain, and it still didn't fill up the tank on the bottom of this thing. So he said we're good to go with that. He said we'll be able to empty our tank at our commissary. Soap and paper towels. He said we can use regular like pump soap like you get at the grocery store. So it's just as long as it's in a pump thing, and regular old paper towels to go on this. So gloves, of course, you gotta have. Metal stem thermometer for food temp. I've got plenty of them. I've been in food services forever now. Sanitizer spray bottle, sanitizer test strips. Test strips I can get easily at the restaurant supply place to go to. Sanitizer, I saw one of your other videos with a guy that said you could buy restaurant grade sanitizer already in a spray bottle at Sam's Club, so I got to check into that. That would be awesome if I could, and he said it was shelf stable as well. One of the other things he gave me was this. This is one of the things I worried about scale drawing. I'm no artist, and the manufacturer of this thing is not able to give me one because it is so old. This cart is from the mid-80s. So, I mean, I can ask him how perfectly to scale does it have to be. Because, I mean, I'll be submitting this to him, and I'm pretty sure it's just put on file after that. It's not really referenced anymore. But yeah, everybody needs it. As soon as you get your cart, take it to your county and get your punch list. And they're going to tell you, I mean, it may be a brand new cart, but I guarantee you, they're going to find some mess that you got to do if you want to get 100 on your mess. And a lot of people, oh, I'll be fine with a 90 or whatever. Well, I've been in food services a long time. I don't want a 90. I want 100 on my mess. Okay, here's the layout. And padlock up there. This here is direct heat. You see, it is a separate chamber altogether from this one here. So this is the only chamber that is direct heat. So I got my half in here, and I could put something else right here beside it, some smaller ones right here, and they would still be getting pretty much direct heat. But this is probably where I'm going to do my dogs. Going to be dirty water dogs. I'll be able to bring them up to a boil like within a matter of probably 30 seconds over that direct heat right there. Everything else here is all indirect. This is a large steam table, is what this is. Put your water down here, and everything is heated by steam. What I'm planning on doing is getting another one of these that is perforated, put it down in here. I will do my buns in that. I could probably hold 10-15 buns in there, and I know how quick stuff steams on something like that. And they would be steamed and ready to go for a customer in a matter of seconds. And you got your chili and your other stuff here. I can put these, other pans, smaller pans in here in the place of these, and have a whole lot more options. Once we get our secondary food cover up here, I will have my cold condiments up here sitting on an ice tray. I will also have, I got my cooler right here, keep the cold stuff in. These, I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I'm not a big fan of these, mainly because this one here, you can tell this sink was not originally on here, or it was probably added at the factory. But I mean, look, this is covering half of that sink right there, which is 3-compartment sink. It is very small. It does have 2 spigots, which it will cover that one. This one only does this one. This thing here, I'm not too sure about this. I was told it was for like you keep your mustard in there and you would smear it on the dog. I don't know. Don't like that. I may just keep like forks and spoons or something in them, or napkins. I don't know. You got your storage up here. I've got my water pumps that I'm putting on here. He said the water being gravity fed was fine for it to pass, but I want more pressure than that for when I need it. So I'm putting these on here. They are pressure activated. When the pressure drops is the only time when these come on, so it's not like they're running constantly. Somebody had these cheap, very thin plexiglass doors on here, and as you can see, they busted. These, I mean, I'm pretty sure originally it was glass, and they just broke over the years, and they put this plexiglass in here, and they couldn't cut a straight line to save their life, but I'll replace that. On to one of the more weird things about this cart. It was meant to serve coffee. Got hot water here, and this right here would have been coffee. If you didn't see that, because I said don't have my glasses today. Hot water here, coffee here. And you got your temp gauge here. There is your burner down here for your water. And also down here, show y'all this. Here is the burner for the direct heat. right here. Got your controls here. It is missing the knobs. Inside the missing knob is, well, no, it's got a knob on it. This burner runs almost the full length of the indirect heat. So it heats up this water to a boil in about 3 minutes. So it's pretty quick too. But here is your water tanks. Well, two of your 3 water tanks that's on here. This center tank is where your coffee would be. He said that it was fine to do coffee and sell coffee on here. No rules against it in Johnston County. So coffee goes in here. Your hot water for if somebody wants tea or something like that, if you're actually doing that on your cart, goes in this one. That's also the same hot water for washing your hands. It comes out here and runs over to the sink. Okay, put that down. All right, your cold water is here because it is out exposed to the elements. Unlike this one right here, I do keep a plug in it when I'm not using it, just so there isn't trash and stuff getting down in there. And of course, this is where your gas tank goes. This is gas lines. This is a pump I put on here just as an experiment. Didn't like it. I went ahead and bought the good pumps. This here, apparently he'd run into something. There was a big gash there. I'm gonna trim that down. There'll be probably a decal going on here. It's gonna have to be pretty high temp of a decal because this gets hot. Because I mean, you do have burner going in here to keep that water hot. This part of North Carolina, we do serve Brightleaf. They are red hot dogs. I've heard you talk about that before. There was a lot of places drilled out for rivets and all. I had to put in a lot of rivets in this thing that had come out over the years. And fill in a lot of spots with silicone, like I said. Here was another big gash right here, a big open wound in the aluminum there, and I welded that up. So, and he was fine with that. He saw that. He said, "Oh, you welded that up?" He said, "That's good." And he was fine with this area down here being open. He didn't say I had to put this on here, but I wanted a place to be able to store my stuff where I didn't have to worry about losing it going down the road. Like I said, here's the sink again. He was cool with all that. It is a company out of New Jersey, Custom Carts. I called them up to get some information on this. Well, number one, this number didn't work anymore. And I thought it had gone out of business. So I just Googled them, and then it came up a different number. And he said, well, give me the serial number. And I read it off to him. He said, okay, give me the rest of the number. I said, that's it. It's only 5 digits. He said, yeah, in 1986, they went to a 14-digit number. So, and he doesn't have any records, anything prior to that. So I know it's an 86 or older. I've looked underneath it to it, have been from New York. It's in amazingly good shape as far as rust wise. I mean, yeah, there's a little bit on the frame, but the wheel bearings, axles, all the major parts that you're really worried about, the frame is in good shape. Burners are a little burned, but I've fired it up. We've actually cooked on this before, and it works great. It takes forever for it to heat up this water though. I am going to see about, because the thermocouple in here, this right here, was pushed way back up in there, and I wondered why it kept shutting off, and I looked, oh hey, here's the thermocouple. It's almost over the flames. I pulled that out, and it started staying on longer, because it actually does have a thermostat that you can turn it to whether you want the water to be 200 degrees, 150, or what. But yeah, this is our used cart. We are going to put new doors here. Being as this has glass in it, I probably will store my buns in here, just so you know, when you're out in the hot sun, they'll be kind of steaming in here. So it won't take as long here. And I would like to put a grill over on the side eventually, but that'll be down the road. Like I said, you gotta take baby steps. When we make the money, when we feel like we paid this off, then we'll add on to it. But any feedback is definitely appreciated, and I will get those measurements and see if that will work. But like I said, I remembered you said it's set down in here, the cover, and with these being two separate compartments here, let me get this out and really show you. I don't know how it's made. I haven't really seen it up close, but I mean, you can see it's kind of a big difference in size here. I mean, it's odd. But yeah, everything works on it. I got it. The turn signals were wired up backwards, so yeah, I had to do that. But other than that, we did get our sign. This is not from the old owner. This is us, Uncle Unc, hot dogs, and yes, we will be catering. I had to cover up the phone number because we are not up and running yet, but we will be soon. This right here, I know, before you say anything about it, I know that's got to be scraped off. Health inspector does not like sticky residue, tape residue, anything like that. It's got to be gone. But that is where the hand sanitizer was. I probably will get another one in because we are going to be working all counties in North Carolina, and I don't know how the other counties are. It's just best to have hand sanitizer. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, any input you can give us on how better to set it up or what to do is most appreciated. All right, thank you, Ben. Have a good one.